So in this video I'm going to show you how to fill in and read and understand the Kentei Level 10 practice exam. You can find this online. They, I think, just have one copy with the answer sheet as well. And it's a little bit difficult to understand if you're still a beginner at Japanese. So I'm just going to go through it bit by bit, show you how it works, so that if you choose to take this exam, or even if you want to practice, you can get a little bit of help doing that. So I assume you already know what the Kentei exam is, but it's just testing you on 80 kanji. This is what 7-year-olds in Japan would be expected to know. It's a 40-minute test. There's 150 points you can earn, and you need a passing score of 70% to pass the exam. And it will be testing you on writing, reading, stroke order, and knowing the different readings for different kanji uses. So it's this one is 3 pages long. You can see here it says 10A. So this is your level 10 exam, and there are certain areas that you're not supposed to write in. I can see from the way this exam sheet is made that this would be fed through a machine at the end of the exam to automatically count your score. So you've got these markers here, the 4 squares that I assume are feeding through the machine for alignment. And then everything under this line here is some sort of code, I guess, for the machine to read, potentially right on here. And then this section here is telling you not to write in as well. And there's specific areas that you're supposed to write in. So it is important, if you're sitting the real exam, to write in the correct areas and not write in the incorrect areas. So you can see these box numbers here are the question numbers. You've got question number 1, question number 2, and each question has individual parts to it. So question 1, exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then question 2. Under here, so you have the question itself telling you what to do here, and I'll go through that in a moment. And then here it's telling you how many points you can earn in that question. So this question has in parenthesis the number 40, so you can earn a total of 40 points for this entire question. And it says 2 times 20, which indicates that each question part is worth 2 points each. So there's a little one here underneath the bigger one. This is worth 2 points if you get it correct. This one is worth 2 points, 2 points, and so on. For question 2, again, you can see this little symbol here. It's worth 12 points in total, 1 times 12, so that means each of these is worth 1 point for each correct answer. Right, so going through question 1, it is asking you, it basically translates to read the following sentence and write the kanji reading on the right of the line. So basically, you've got your kanji here, and you would write in hiragana the reading of the kanji. And I'm not super advanced at Japanese, so I'm not 100% sure if it's telling you to write in a single line, but that's probably good advice anyway, to write, instead of writing, your hiragana left to right or right to left, writing it from the top to bottom. Question 2 is asking you, so it says, what number of strokes is the thick part of the following kanji? Write the number in the circle. So you can just about see that some of these sections of the kanji are abnormally thick, and you have to know the kanji stroke order to be able to answer this correctly. So for example, I'll take a nice easy one, this one here. it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will, the thick part is the third stroke. So you would write 3 in here. And in the answer sheet, they actually write using Roman numerals. I don't know if they accept the kanji as an answer, but yeah, unfortunately I don't know the answer to that. But in the answer sheet, they are using Roman numerals. Yeah. So question 3 here is the same question as question 1, asking you read the following sentence and write the kanji reading on the right of the line. So exactly the same. This question number 3 is worth 16 points in total, and you have 2 points per line again. And I think the difference between question 3 and question 1 is that this part comes into two, each question comes into 2 parts. So you can see here it's asking you the reading for the exact same kanji, but in each of these sentences the kanji actually has a different meaning. And so it's asking you if you know the correct reading based on what the word is supposed to mean. So for each of these, it's the same kanji, but each of those will have a different way of being written based on what the word is supposed to mean. So question 4 is asking you, so next circle the number for the correct word reading. So for each of these kanji, and this is like one word, not 2 different words, it is asking you which one of these 2 readings is the correct way of writing this in hiragana. So is it O-U-G-I or O-O-G-I? And you would just circle the Roman numeral of the correct answer. And then this one is worth 10 points in total for exercise 4. So each of these is worth 2 points. Question 5 is asking, in the box, write the answers for the word reading using a single hiragana character. And it's giving you an example. Rei indicates example and is saying Fuji-san. And so you're supposed to know that in this sentence, or in this, like combined with Fuji, this is read san and not yama, for example. So it's giving you the example of filling in the hiragana character in this box. This one is worth 12 points, so each box is worth 2 points, of course not including the one that's already been answered for you. And then these are just like little reminders. So this one is saying like, don't forget to turn over the sheet. So I have a feeling that this might actually be page 1 as you open the book. For some reason that would maybe start on question 3 rather than 1. But it's telling you, you can see there's like kind of a point summary here as well. But it's telling you don't forget to turn over the page, and it's basically the same message here. Question 6 is asking you, so it says, read the following sentence and in the box write the kanji. So you've got the hiragana reading here, and you're supposed to figure out what the kanji is supposed to be. This question number 6 is worth 20 points, 2 points per box. So for this one here, for example, this is the kanji for eye, and kuchi would be mouth. And I think you're supposed to figure out that there's some sort of connection between this kanji and this kanji. So for example, this is the kanji for town, and they want you to write the kanji for village here, mura. question 7. Being able to understand the sentence will help quite a bit for this one. And they are, I'd say, a little bit on the harder side. There's a lot of vocabulary that I wasn't able to understand, and I had to basically Google Translate a lot of words to figure out what it was. But even if you don't understand the meaning, based on the limited kanji that you're supposed to know, you have a pretty good chance of answering most of these correctly. And so this one's a pretty long one. It's worth 40 points, 2 points per box, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences that you're supposed to translate, to put the kanji in. And then this one just says, like, this is the end of the exam. So next I'm going to show you how to use the scorecard to correct your answers. And so for this, the format, it looks a little bit different. They've condensed this into 2 pages instead of 3. They're writing the questions again, and you can basically just see what the answers are. So here, I don't know if you can see it at this scale, but they've written in hiragana the answer to this one. And so you would just compare your own answers to the score sheet. And then if you're not in a real exam, what I like to do is basically I will just mark these this little section here to count my points. So you can see question 1. So question 1, part 1 is here. So I can mark this as correct. If it's incorrect, I can put a little cross. And then so this entire line, you can mark up all the points, and then I know each correct answer is worth 2 points. So whatever this is, like, you know, if I get 9 correct answers, I can put total score 18 and count up my points and add up my total at the end. So you can see the answers to this one are written in Roman numerals. Again, I don't know if for the real exam they would accept kanji. I don't think they would give any extra points for it. You've got 40 minutes to do this. I did this in about 25 minutes I did this, and that was without spending too much time on trying to translate the sentences, because they were a little bit too complex for me. I didn't know most of the vocabulary, so I made my best attempt at reading the sentence without wasting time trying to figure out exactly what it meant perfectly, but just enough to be able to figure out which of the kanji readings I needed, or which kanji was meant when they gave the hiragana reading. So I'm going to stop here, and then for those who are interested, I'm going to go through this sheet in more detail and sort of go through the parts that I thought were a bit more difficult and translate them. I think it's a really useful exercise to do this yourself, just as practice. You get to learn some new vocabulary, and it gets your brain working a bit.